I'm not saying this is a magic bullet or a magic pill or, you know, is going to make it very easy for you. Your job is hard, okay? Because you have people that have to do a lot of work and also take a lot of risk. I'm going to repeat that second part because it's really important. A CTO has to take a lot of risk when they're switching carriers, because at the end of the day, nobody gets fired for staying with the carrier that they have. Couple people might complain, right? Couple departments might say we don't have connectivity, and dang it, that meeting in Iowa went crappy because our devices didn't work, right? Yeah, but nobody gets fired for staying with the same carrier. However, I'm not saying they get fired for switching either, but that's in the back of their head, right? Like if this goes bad, not only is it going to take me a lot of time, but I could potentially, you know,
yes,
or worse, right? So here's what you need to do. You need to sound different, okay? Because every carrier is leading with, we've got a better network. We can get you updated devices. We can do this. We can do that, okay? They're already hearing that from the other players, of which there's less than 5, right? There's 3. So we have to sound different, because otherwise we're just going to be calling a CTO. And unless it's what I would call that precious present where it's this clamshell is opened up so much that they got beat up on the Iowa meeting and the connectivity in Iowa, and then also the engineers can't get the reporting on the handsets, and something else has happened where the window is wide open for them to be like, "Gah! Enough with the other group. We got to get rid of them." It's tough to get the sale. So here's what we need to do. We need to start relating how doing business with you, doing business with your carrier can help them in other ways beyond better network, newer devices, better contracts. That might sound something like this, right? Like, you know, hey, I've got an idea I wanted to get your opinion on. Yeah, hey Jay, what is it? So one of the things that I'm seeing with CTOs is now more than ever, where it used to be plans that a CTO would roll out on a yearly basis or an 18-month, and things moved pretty slow. With everything that's going on right here, right now, you guys are having to move really quick. And although it's a lot of work to move, what really messes things up is if you're on with a carrier where, of course, you've got everything, all of the devices, everything's all set up, you don't have to go through the pain of switching carriers. I get it, it's painful, but a lot of clients that are coming to us, what they found is it's been the last 6 months, the last 12 months, the last 18 months, where other projects, by other projects I mean remote assets out in the field not having the connectivity that they need. We're actually losing the potential to capture new employees to the organization because they don't like the handsets, or not able to push certain apps out, and they don't have a carrier that they can reach out to and instantaneously get the response that they need. And what a lot of people like working with our company, and me in particular, is they've really got one throat to choke, so to speak, and one number to dial, and we are on it, we're fast, we're responsive.
Which we are, you're right about that.
Totally, right? And then, and I wanted to get your opinion, not is this something you're seeing, right? And again, this is where we have to take it to the Easton University level, because if I say, is that something you're seeing? CTO goes, you know, we're getting by. But if I say this, listen now, I'm gonna pay a compliment and display the problem at the same time. And when I attach a compliment to the problem, I get everything I want. That sounds like this. Jay's the CTO of a company. Jay, with all the pressure on you as a CTO, with all of the fast pace, the water is moving faster than ever before in terms of connectivity, making sure all the lines are operating, putting new things on new devices, not in a, we're gonna do this next year, not in a Q4, this is a, say, CTO, got to have this yesterday type of world. How are you dealing with all of that? Not, is that something you're seeing? How are you dealing with that? Now you're going to find the CTO is going to go, dude, my job is freaking crazy. When you say crazy, can you give me a specific example? Yeah. Okay. Our Cisco routers, we just found out our Cisco routers are not compliant with our networks. This, by the way, this has nothing to do with what you sell. Right? How are you dealing with that? It's not good. How's your relationship when you reach out to Cisco and talk to them? You would think with us being 1,000 employee construction company so that I would have somebody I could actually call at Cisco. No, I don't even think they consider us with 1,000 employees a big company. God, man, that's terrible. So how do you get stuff done in the day? I don't. I take a lot of work home with me, right? Man, I wish I could help you with Cisco. I can't, but here's what I can help. You can? Okay, good. I can help you with that. And you know, one of the things that I'd love to get your opinion on, I know the last thing you want to hear is rip and replace of devices. But my question to you is, does it make sense for us to look at a tactical plan that one time we're going to make the switch, but then you've got an organization and an individual behind you that's not going to forget about you, not be like, oh, they only have 1,000 employees, that's going to be there every step of the way when you guys need to make changes, when you guys need to add things to the plan, or you just want an independent third party that's kind of out there in the space. By the way, I've got some people, let me make a couple phone calls on the Cisco thing, or you've got some ways to help it. Would love to help you with that. Does it kind of make sense for us to look at maybe partnering with you rather than, hey, we've got 30% off if you add more than 500 lines? Because at the end of the day, it's not coming out of the CTO's pocket. They're not paying for it, okay? And they do have budgets, and yes, they want to spend less. And by the way, added bonus, Jay, a lot of times it does cost them less to go with you. I don't care if it costs 25% more to go with you. I feel like if you could lead with, and I just pulled it out of thin air, but the idea I would lead with is now more than ever with AI, with everybody thinking, everybody from, forget IT, you got people in marketing, you got people in legal, you got people in HR going, well, I have ChatGPT on my phone, why can't we roll this app out to everybody? And you're the one that has to do the heavy lifting on that. How are you prioritizing and how are you getting things rolled out in this new environment that it's not what we're doing next year, it's what we should have done last week? And I think you're going to have better conversations.